First impressions are a crucial part of any relationship, including customer relations. That's why it's so important that you carefully inspect and prepare each new vehicle before a customer takes delivery. Hi, and welcome to this month's Master Tech. The topic of new vehicle preparation may seem a bit strange for a Master Tech, but if you consider the impact a positive new vehicle delivery can have on your customers, you can see just how important it is. Everyone at your dealership needs to work together to help make every new vehicle delivery a positive one. Because not only does a positive new vehicle delivery influence a customer's impression of Chrysler Corporation as a whole, a good first impression will also help get a customer back to your dealership for service and for possible future purchases. In this program, we're going to look at some routine and some not so routine items you need to be aware of when you prepare a new vehicle. Let's begin by taking a look at Chrysler's newly revised new vehicle preparation form. So you're probably wondering why the new form, right? Well, for the benefit of our customers, it's important that new vehicle preparation procedures stay up to date with new vehicles and new features. So Chrysler has developed this new form in order to keep up with changing trends in the area of new vehicle preparation. On the new form, some of the old procedures have been updated and some new items have been introduced. But basically, the new form simply includes more information to help you when performing the procedures. So when you first look at the new vehicle preparation form, you'll notice that the size has increased. But take a closer look and you'll find that a lot of the information on the new form is the same as on the old one. Some of the items have been expanded and revised simply to give you more detail on what to look for under a specific heading. For example, whereas on the old checklist you were just asked to check engine performance, the new checklist lets you know exactly what to look for when checking engine performance. Body inspection procedures have now been broken down into body exterior and body interior sections. This will help remind you which body inspection procedures can be performed before you actually get into the vehicle. On the new form, each section of the checklist has been given a letter heading, and the inspection procedures are numbered under each heading. This will allow you to easily cross-reference the procedures on the form with the Guide to New Vehicle Preparation. For example, fluid levels are found on the checklist under Section A, number 2. So if you wanted to look up fluid levels in the Guide to New Vehicle Preparation, you would simply turn to A2 to find the information you needed. Near the top of the new form, you'll find two new notes. These items should help clarify questions about which adjustments are considered part of new vehicle preparation. Those conditions which can be corrected by the minor adjustments suggested on the form, for instance, adjust as required or adjust to specifications, are considered part of normal new vehicle preparation. Those conditions which require correction beyond the minor adjustments specified on the form are eligible for warranty reimbursement. As promised earlier, our next new section will cover the new vehicle preparation checklist. So let's get started with underhood inspection procedures. Part A of the new vehicle preparation checklist includes underhood inspection procedures. The first of the underhood inspection procedures is an examination of the hood latch and safety catch operation. Here you need to check that pulling on the hood release lever allows the hood to pop open, and that the safety catch prevents the hood from going to its full open position. Next, you'll need to check the fluid levels, including engine oil, automatic transmission fluid, clutch master cylinder fluid, brake master cylinder fluid, power steering fluid, windshield and rear washer fluid, and coolant. When checking engine oil, the level should be between the minimum and maximum marks on the dipstick. If the level is too low, inspect the engine for oil leaks. Take a look at the brake master cylinder to be sure both the primary and secondary cavities are full to the maximum levels. If not, wipe off the cover to remove any dirt which could cause contamination. Then add the appropriate amount of fluid. Before checking other fluid levels, such as the power steering fluid, the reservoir caps should also be wiped clean. And remember, When checking power steering fluid level, be sure the engine is off, and be sure not to use any type of automatic transmission fluid in the power steering system. Automatic transmission fluid and coolant levels should be checked with the vehicle parked on level ground and the engine running at normal operating temperature. The procedure for checking automatic transmission fluid can be found in the service manual, the Guide to New Vehicle Preparation, or in this month's reference book. On manual transmission vehicles with a hydraulic clutch, look at the clutch master cylinder to make sure the fluid is at the proper level. Remember, when topping off any fluids, only use those which meet the specified requirements. Check your service manual if you're not sure which fluid to use. Once the fluid levels have been checked and topped off, inspect the underhood lines and hoses. Be sure they're clear from moving or hot objects. Next, check the battery state of charge. Inspect the battery test indicator on those vehicles where it is easily visible to be sure the green dot is showing. On vehicles such as Cirrus, Stratus, and Viper, where the test indicator is not easily visible, you'll need to use the instrument panel voltmeter to check the battery state of charge. Also check the underhood wiring for proper routing and connections. Visually inspect that the starter, generator, AC clutch, and ignition secondary wires are properly installed. And pay particular attention that wiring near the radiator fan, pulleys and belts, motor mounts, and exhaust is routed properly. Now, before continuing the new vehicle preparation procedures, you should connect the IOD or install the fuse. Next, we're going to look at under-vehicle procedures. But first, let's try a review question. Pre-delivery inspection of the battery includes A, inspecting the battery test indicator when it is easily visible. B, inspecting the battery test indicator on every vehicle. Or C, checking battery terminal tightness. The answer is A. Inspect the battery test indicator only on those vehicles where it is readily visible. On vehicles where it cannot be seen easily, use the instrument panel voltmeter. Section B on the new vehicle preparation checklist covers under-vehicle inspection procedures. Begin with a thorough visual inspection of the underside of the vehicle. Be sure to look for loose attachments, proper keying, leakage, clearance, and routing. Next, check the pressure of all tires, including the spare. Here you should recognize that during the manufacturing process, high pressures are often needed to properly seat the beads. So some tires are shipped with pressures above normal. In addition, tire pressure may vary within vehicle lines. Therefore, it's important to always check the tire pressure against that on the tire placard and adjust the pressure up or down as necessary. Once the tire pressures have been properly adjusted, remove any necessary tie-down brackets. For example, there are some tie-down brackets located at the rear of the frame on the Ram pickup that must be removed. In the next section, we're going to look at body exterior inspection procedures. But before we move on, try to answer this one. Vehicle tire pressures should be adjusted, A, only if the pressure is too low, B, up or down according to the specifications on the tire placard, or C, on all tires except the spare. The answer is B. Vehicle tire pressure should be adjusted up or down. Check the tire placard for proper specifications. Body exterior inspection procedures should begin with an exterior check of door and lock operation. First, verify that all locks work properly with both keys. In addition, verify that the child safety lock works properly on vehicles so equipped. Next, with the windows up, check that all doors, including the tailgate or liftgate and deck lid, open and close easily. If there is a problem, in most cases, it can easily be fixed with a simple latch or striker adjustment. On vehicles equipped with a security alarm or remote keyless entry, Verify that the alarm works properly and that both remote keyless entry transmitters are properly programmed. Remember, when checking the remote keyless entry system on some vehicles, you must press the deck lid release button on the transmitter twice to release the deck lid. Next is a body exterior fit and finish visual inspection. First, however, you'll need to remove any protective shipping films or covers that may still be on the vehicle. Some minivans, for example, are shipped with a protective cover on the roof, hood, and fenders. This film is most easily removed at cool temperatures. Move the vehicle out of direct sunlight and run cold water over the film. Then peel it off, beginning in any corner. Any adhesive residue left on the vehicle can normally be removed using soap and water or Mopar Super Clean during your normal wash. Once any protective covers have been removed, visually inspect that the vehicle is free from paint chips, scratches, sags, runs, dirt, and corrosion. Check that the paint colors match on all panels, that the body is free from dents and dings, and that all moldings and tape stripes are properly aligned and securely fastened. It's also important to check the door and hood panels and the deck lid, tailgate, or lift gate for even gaps and for proper fit with adjacent panels. Next on the checklist, you'll find C3, or body sealing. At this point, you can visually inspect that there are no noticeably rolled weather strips or other indications that the vehicle weather strips are not sealing properly. Later, when the vehicle is washed before delivery to the customer, you should verify that no leaks are present during normal wash conditions. And finally, if the vehicle you're working on is a convertible, your last body exterior procedure should be to cycle the top to make sure that the pins are properly aligned and adjusted. Next is Section D, the body interior inspection. But before we climb into the vehicle, let's review. Protective shipping film is most easily removed from vehicles, A, at hot temperatures, or B, at cool temperatures. The answer is B, at cool temperatures. Remember, it's best to remove the vehicle from direct sunlight. Run cold water over the film and peel off the film starting in any corner. Section D of the checklist includes the body interior inspection procedures. Basically, your body interior procedures should begin with a thorough inspection of the operation of all components which can be operated from inside the vehicle. Doors, windows, locks, seats, seat belts and shoulder belts, head restraints, and interior and exterior lights. Be sure your inspection also includes the glove box and the remote deck lid release, sunroof on vehicles so equipped, child safety seats, and fuel filler door release on vehicles so equipped. Next, remove any protective covers from seats, carpet, and interior moldings, and check the instrument panel, glove box door, and moldings for proper appearance. Also check that the door fabric, seats, and carpet are all securely in place, clean and free of unwanted wrinkles. On vehicles equipped with a compass, you'll need to check for proper calibration and variance. If necessary, calibration and variance can be set during the road test. Finally, you'll need to install any items shipped loose in the vehicle, such as wheel covers, floor mats, radio antenna, and cargo nets. Well, that pretty much covers all of the in-bay inspection procedures. In the next section, we'll take a quick look at Section E of the checklist, the road test. As you can see from the checklist, almost half the conditions checked during new vehicle preparation are checked during the road test. During your road test, it is not necessary to inspect the items on the checklist in any particular order. However, you must be sure that every item on the checklist is verified at some time if it pertains to the vehicle you're inspecting. For our purposes, we're going to follow the order on the checklist. So first, check the neutral safety switch operation by making sure that the vehicle starts in both the park and neutral positions, and that it does not start in any drive positions or reverse. Also verify shift interlock system operation. With the ignition in the lock or accessory positions, the shift lever should be locked in the park position. Turn the key to either the off or run positions and the shifter should be free to move into any gear. Some vehicles are also equipped with a brake switch interlock system. You'll need to check this by making sure the shift lever can only be moved out of park when the brake pedal is depressed. If the vehicle has a manual transmission, you'll need to verify the clutch interlock system to see that the engine starts only with the clutch pedal depressed. Next, start the engine. And take a look at the instrument panel warning lights and the message center lights to make sure everything is operating properly. Once you get on the road, you'll need to check the operation of all gauges, including speedometer, tachometer, temperature gauge, and fuel gauge. Check the horn for proper sound quality, the turn and emergency signals for proper operation and canceling after a turn, and the mirrors for ease of adjustment. Be sure to include the day-night mirror operation in this inspection. Your road test should also include a windshield wiper and washer test. Inspect both the washing and wiping patterns and verify operation of the intermittent wipe feature. And if the vehicle is equipped with a rear wiper and washer, don't forget to check that too. To check the heater and air conditioner, operate the system in all modes. Verify the blower works in all speeds and that the defroster works properly. In addition, check rear defroster operation by turning it on during the road test and checking the glass for warmth after the drive. Next on the list is the radio. The radio should be checked for good reception and sound quality on both AM and FM. In addition, on vehicles equipped with cassette or CD players, you should insert a tape or CD to be sure these components are in working order. And don't forget to set the proper time on the clock before delivery to the customer. On vehicles equipped with a trip computer or maintenance reminder, check that each of the modes operate properly. In addition, you should calibrate the compass and set the variance at this time if necessary. The speed control system should also be checked sometime during your road test. Be sure that on-off, set, resume, accelerate, decelerate, brake release, and cancel all operate properly, and that the selected driving speed is properly maintained. When checking the service brakes for proper operation, you should be sure that when the brakes are depressed, the vehicle stops in a straight line and that there are no unusual noises or vibrations. Parking brake operation should also be checked. First, park on a slight incline and apply the service brakes. Then place the transmission in neutral and apply the parking brake. Make sure the parking brake is easy to operate. Release the service brake to verify that the parking brake holds. In addition, check that the warning light has illuminated. Throughout your road test, you'll need to pay attention to the performance of the engine and transmission. Proper engine performance means the engine starts properly, idles smoothly and at proper speed, is free from stumbling and hesitation, produces sufficient power, operates within proper temperature range, and stops when the key is shut off. With a properly operating transmission, you'll find the park lock holds the vehicle. The shifter operates easily. The vehicle shifts smoothly. The vehicle upshifts and downshifts properly. On manual vehicles, also be sure the gears do not grind and that the clutch works smoothly. And with 4x4 vehicles, be sure the transfer case shifts smoothly among ranges. Next on the checklist, we find steering and handling. Under this heading, you need to verify that the power assist works properly. The steering wheel returns to center after making a turn. The vehicle or steering wheel does not vibrate, and that the vehicle tracks in a straight line. And before you head back to the dealership, don't forget to listen for any squeaks, rattles, or wind noise coming from either the inside or outside the vehicle. Now the vehicle's ready for a few final steps. Back at the dealership, you'll need to verify that all necessary labels, such as the emissions control label and Monroney label, are installed and legible. Complete the emissions certification on the bottom of the new vehicle preparation form, and place copy number 1 of the form and the warranty certification information in the glove box. If the vehicle is to be stored before delivery to the customer, The IOD connector or fuse must be unplugged to prevent battery drain and possible damage. But remember, before the vehicle is delivered, the IOD or fuse must be reconnected, and the clock, radio stations, and other accessories should be reset. In addition, the required amount and grade of fuel must be added to the vehicle before the customer takes delivery. Well, there you have it. A brief rundown of all the pre-delivery inspection procedures. But of course, your dealership's part in new vehicle delivery shouldn't end once the checklist is completed. Remember, the checklist contains the preparation procedures required by Chrysler Corporation. But there are a couple of other steps that should be performed before the vehicle is delivered. So, to conclude this month's Master Tech, we're going to discuss a few of the items which are not covered under new vehicle preparation, but are sure to win points with your customers. So now that the new vehicle has been inspected, it's time for the finishing touches. First, wash the vehicle to remove any road dirt, any undercoat overspray, or any excess window sealer or weather strip adhesive. This also is a good time to double check that no water is leaking inside the vehicle. The tires and interior and exterior glass should also be cleaned. Carpet, seats, and moldings should be checked to make sure they have not become soiled since the initial inspection. But if something has gotten dirty, be sure to clean it before delivering the vehicle to the customer. A tip to help keep the seats and carpet from becoming dirty after the first inspection is to install temporary seat covers and paper floor mats in the vehicle once the protective shipping covers have been removed. These temporary covers can be removed just before the customer picks up the vehicle. Also, double-check that all other protective covers, shipping film, and shipping and inspection stickers have been removed. Finally, it's a good idea to set some of the local radio stations if it hasn't already been done. And if the customer desires the rolling door lock option, this feature should also be set before delivery. Well, I guess that wraps up the topic of new vehicle preparation. We looked at the new form, discussed all the items on the new checklist, and we concluded with some Master Tech tips on how to delight your customers. Remember, your dealership plays a crucial role in the first steps of customer satisfaction, so it's up to each of you to help make a customer's first impression of his or her new vehicle and your dealership a good one. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month on Master Tech.